Hi, welcome to week 4, class 1. We're going to be focusing on power today. And before we start, we just want to go over our basic equipment, some safety precautions, and then also explain the RPE scale. So overall, what you can use for this class is if you have any bands or towels, such as the green one that Shelby has in the back there, and Jemai has his towels. We're going to be using that for some slides and some resistance. But overall, we have 3 levels. Shelby is going to be completing all of this in sitting. I will be doing an intermediate, more middle exercise program, and Jemai is going to be demonstrating the dynamic. And so pick a level that is best for you, and if you ever feel unsafe or like you are at risk of a fall, you can pause the video and switch, or just take a break and get some water. Just make sure that your safety is overall the top priority when doing any of these exercises. And then again, you have your exercise log that you've been filling out, and that's on a scale of 0 to 10 with RPE, or rate of perceived exertion. So 0 being that this is a walk in the park, it's really easy, and 10 being this is really hard and I feel very challenged by this. And then if you have your heart rate monitor, be sure to start a class now to take the average throughout the whole exercise, or if you want to take the average between each exercise, you can. But if you need any equipment, feel free to pause the video now and then start your watches for exercise. If you pause the video, welcome back. We are about to start. Jemai is going to take us through a 2 to 3 minute warm-up, and then we will go through 3 sets of 30 seconds for 5 exercises, and then we'll finish with a 2 to 3 minute cool down. And all right, Jemai, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get started.
All right, so to start with our warm-up, just want you to take your arm, go behind your head, and pull at your elbow. And switch to the other arm. And we'll do this about 2 more times each side. And switch. Making sure you're breathing through this stretch. And back to the left side. And to the right. And last one on the left. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do is interlock your fingers and put your arms out in front of you. We're kind of gonna do a cat-cow motion just to kind of stretch out the back and your shoulders. So you can lean forward, making sure you're breathing. And then put our shoulders back. And forward again. Back. And last one forward. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do is just some light breathing with some arm motion. So from the bottom, we're gonna go up, breathe in, and out. And 2 more times, breathe in, out. And last one, breathe in and out. All right, last warm-up exercise. You could take your foot and extend it, put your heel on the ground, and reach forward, try to touch your toes. And we'll do the same thing on the left side. Right. And back to the left. We'll do that 1 more time each side. And to the right again. And last one on the left.
All right, so we are going to begin with our core exercises, but once again, we have 3 levels for you. Shelby's going to be demonstrating a seated positioning. I will be doing a mix of different standing exercises, and then Jemai's going to take it to a more dynamic approach. So choose the level that is best for you, and feel free to switch between levels if you think that you can do one exercise better than the other. Pick the level that's going to give you the most challenge, but not be so challenging that you can't complete the workout. And once again, safety is our top priority here, so make sure that if you're doing any exercises in standing with Jemai or I, that you have a stable surface like a chair or a table next to you, and be sure that you're wearing some kind of shoe that has grip, just so that you're safe and that when you're doing these exercises, there's no fall risk. To start, we are going to do a heel raise. So Shelby's going to demonstrate a seated position. She is sitting up tall in the chair, bringing her heels up, and then she is coming back down. I will be doing a standing heel raise, so I'm going both feet at the same time. And again, I will have a chair next to me at all times. And then Jemai is going to be demonstrating a single leg alternating heel raise. He's going up on one leg, and he is going to go about 15 seconds on one foot and then 15 seconds on the other, splitting it up. Be sure to clear any debris out of the way. And we're gonna go in about 5 seconds here for our first round. Ready, begin. Just nice and controlled movement. You don't wanna be going really fast. Just feel the muscles work to bring your heels off the ground. Good, you're about halfway. Keep it up here, 5 more seconds. And rest. Make sure that if you need to take a break and sit down, you can. Get some water. We're gonna go in about 10 seconds here for round number 2. So once again, pick the level that is best for you. We go in 5. Ready, round 2, begin. Good, keep it up here. You're about halfway. Ten more seconds. And rest. Great job, we're on our last round. Maybe if you want to take it up a notch and choose a different level, you can. Feel free to do so. We're gonna go in about 10 seconds here, just for our last round. All right, last round, and begin. Nice and controlled. We're about halfway. Make sure you feel it in your core and also through your legs. And rest. Great job. Get a sip of water, wipe off with a towel if you need it. Our next exercise is going to be more arm involvement, and we are going to be doing a shoulder press. So for this, if you want to use some light weights, feel free to do so. Shelby's going to be demonstrated a seated shoulder press. So she is, again, not trying to go all the way and hold it above her head. It's just a nice controlled movement. She's just holding it up at 90 like you're doing a field goal. I'll be doing the same thing in standing with my stable surface next to me. If I choose to do weights, I'm not trying to go all the way, but once again, I'm just pushing the weights up. And Jemai's going to be demonstrating an Arnold press in a dynamic stance. What that is he has the weights out in front of him, and then he's going to rotate his hands up like he is doing a shoulder press and just have a nice controlled movement in front of him. So pick the level that's best for you. Your choice if you want to use weights or not. We're gonna go for our first round in 10 seconds here. All right. And first round, begin. Nice and controlled is the name of the game here. Keep it up here. 15 seconds in, you're halfway, keep it up. And rest. Great job. Maybe shake out those arms and maybe do a little bit of stretching in between. We're gonna go for our next round in 10 seconds here. So shake it all out, get your weights ready. Go for round 2 in 5. Ready, begin. And once again, you don't have to go all the way over your head. You just want to feel that activation and be in control. Great job, halfway. Make sure you're breathing through this. 10 more seconds here. And rest. Great job. Get some water, wipe off with a towel. We got one more round, and we're gonna go in 10. Last round here, and begin. Keep it up, nice and controlled. Don't want to go too fast, halfway. Try not to let your arms come all the way down, keep them up. And rest. Great job. Shake out those arms. Sometimes that can be a lot with all those weights. Our next exercise is now going to focus on legs, and it's going to be heel slides. So if you're doing this in a seated position, you can use a band for resistance and just wrap it around your legs. But what we're essentially using is a towel, and we are going to be sliding our heel to one side. We're going to go about 15 seconds on each side, and I will call out in 15 seconds at halfway so that you guys can switch. Again, the band is not needed. The towel will help you get a little bit of less friction, so we suggest using a towel. And so I will be demonstrating a standard position. So I'm going to go without the band right now. But once again, I have my chair, and I'm just going to be sliding my foot out and then in. And I can put a band on for more resistance. Jemai is going to be doing a larger standing heel slide, and he's going to be going out almost into a side lunge. And then he's going to switch at 15. So we have 3 sets of 30 seconds. We're going to go here in 10. You can pause the video before we start if you need to get all this equipment. But we go for round 1 in 5. Ready? Begin. Nice and controlled. And halfway switch. Good, keep it up here, nice and controlled. And rest. Great job. We're gonna go again in about 10 seconds here. I'm going to add the band now. Right above the knees. All right, we go. Round 2, begin. Good. And halfway switch. Take your time with the switches. You don't need to go fast. And rest. Great job. We have one more round. If you're using a band, make sure that you have tension on it at all times. We're gonna go for our last round here in 10. Ready? Begin. Try to make sure that it goes all the way out to the side and you're not going in front or behind you. And halfway switch. And rest. Great job. We have 2 more exercises left, and these are really fun ones. But save your bands for later. So our next exercise is shoulder shrugs. You may have seen these before. Shelby's going to demonstrate a seated with weights. So again, she's just keeping the weight still, arms straight, and she's shrugging. I'll be demonstrating a standing shoulder shrug, so I'm just going to be standing. Same thing, arms are out straight. And I'm just bringing the weight up with my shoulders, trying not to use any of the muscles. Jamai's going to demonstrate a upright row. So kind of like if he's holding a bar with the weights, and he's keeping his back straight, and he's bringing the weight right under his chin. Again, this is all controlled. We're not going for speed. We want power here, so make sure you choose a level and weights that are appropriate to just maintain a nice level of control. We're going to go for round 1 here in 10 seconds. Get those weights, or if you have soup cans or anything else lying around that you want to use, you can feel free to use that. Round 1 here. Begin. Nice and controlled. Keep breathing. You're about halfway right here. Keep it up. And rest. Great job. Again, feel free to grab some water. Pause the video if you need to take a break, or if you need to go and adjust your weights. Perfectly fine to pause the video and join us back again. We're going to go for round 2 here in 5. Ready, begin. Control your breathing through this. Take it nice and in control. You're about halfway right here. Keep it up. Also try to control the down portion. And rest. Great job. Shake out those arms. Just like when you're controlling it on the way up, it is important to control it on the way down. So don't just let the weight pull your shoulders down. Keep it all in control here. Last round here in 5. Ready, begin. Keep it up here. Halfway. You got it. Rest. Great job. You can put those weights aside. Our last exercise is a fun one. We are going to be doing different modified push-up variations. So Shelby's going to be demonstrating with a band. She's having the band go across her back, and she's having her arms out to the side. Just like she's doing punches, she is going to push the band out in front of her, and she can change the resistance by grabbing a little bit shorter on the band, or if she wants to get a smaller band, she can. I'll be demonstrating the same exercise in standing. So I'll have my band across my back like this, over my shoulders, and I'm just pushing out. And if I wanted to increase resistance, I could shorten up my grip on the band, or I could wrap it around my hands. And Jemiah is going to be demonstrating a modified push-up. He is using a high table. He's having his heels out. Again, you can do this on a wall, or if you want to be more vertical, that would make this easier. He's demonstrating on a high mat. But again, pick the level that is best for you. And if you want to even use a wall for the final dynamic, you can. Just again, have a stable surface next to you at all times if you're doing any exercise in standing. All right, last round of exercises here, the last group. We're going to go in 10. Make sure that you pick a nice resistance. In 5. And begin. Good. Again, we're not going for reps here, we're just going for nice and controlled motion, so don't worry about going fast. You guys are about halfway. Keep it up here. And rest. And if this is a little uncomfortable for you and you want to get a looser band, again, this is all up to you. We're just looking for pressing out in front of you, so you don't even have to use the band. We're going to go for our second round here in 10. And in 5. Begin. Make sure you're breathing. You can hold your core in. Nice and controlled. It's halfway right there. If you need to take a break, take a break. Keep it up though, come on. And rest. Shake out those arms, especially if you're joining Jemiah over there in the dynamic portion of this. Last round here, make it your best, challenge yourselves, get some water. We're gonna go in 5 seconds here. So again, get situated. We got last round before cool down. Last round, begin. It's okay to let those elbows drop just a little bit, but don't let them get out to the side. Think about being 90-90. Good, 10 more seconds here. And rest. Great job. Make sure you shake out the chest. Jemiah's gonna take us through a cool down.
All right, for our cool down, we are going to bring our arm across the side and pull out the shoulder. We want to hold that for a few. Make sure we're breathing through this. And we're going to switch. And switch again. We'll do this one more time each side. And back. And last one each side. And switch again. Okay, for our next cool down exercise, we're going to stretch out those legs again since we used them today. So once again, can you put your feet out in front of you, heel on the ground, reach down, try to touch your toes, breathe through it. If you can get any further, you're more than welcome to try. the left side. And back to the right. And to the left. We'll do this one more each side. And last one on the right. And last one on the left. For our last one, we're going to do some arm swings. So we're going to start off with some little forward circles. And you can progress those and get bigger. And then we'll work our way backwards, again with little circles. And get a little bigger. Go back forwards one more time. And backwards.
All right, that completes our week 4 class 1 exercise log. So make sure that you guys look at those papers, write down that RPE scale. Again, that's on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being this is super light, super easy, and 10 being this is really hard and really challenging. And if you had your heart rate monitor or Fitbit or Apple Watch on and you had a class going, take the average heart rate throughout the class. We're going to see you for week 4 class 2 next time. So thank you again for joining.